From the very first moment, the security camera captured the scene. Nobody in the family could believe what they were watching. It started on an ordinary Saturday morning. Sunlight slipping through the gaps in the curtains, the smell of pancakes in the air, and 6-year-old Liam bouncing around the living room with his favorite blue toy car. But in the middle of all that calm, something happened that would eventually reveal a secret none of them were prepared for. Liam's dog, a 3-year-old rescue Labrador named Milo, had always been gentle, calm, and a little too attached to Liam. The family thought Milo's clinginess was simply because he had been adopted from a noisy shelter. But that morning, Milo did something he had never done before. He waited until Liam set his toy car on the carpet. Then, without hesitation, grabbed it gently in his mouth and sprinted straight toward the back door. At first, Liam laughed, thinking it was just another game of keep-away. Milo did playful things like that before. But something felt different this time. Milo wasn't wagging his tail. He wasn't running in circles like he usually did. He was moving with purpose, fast, determined, and strangely focused. Liam called after him, but Milo didn't turn back. Liam followed him out the door, down the steps, and across the backyard. Milo wasn't running in a straight line. He kept glancing behind him, as if making sure Liam was still coming. Every time Liam slowed down, Milo paused, stood still, and waited. It didn't feel like a game anymore. It felt like Milo wanted him there. Liam shouted for his mom and dad, but it was early, and they were still inside cooking breakfast. He didn't want to lose the dog or the toy, so he continued following Milo toward the far end of the backyard, where the old storage shed stood, a place no one really used anymore. Vines curled around its wooden sides, and the padlock had been broken for years. Milo slipped inside through a small gap in the door, and Liam hurried after him. Inside the shed, it took a few moments for Liam's eyes to adjust. Dust filled the air. Old boxes were stacked against the walls, and tools hung from rusted hooks. And there, in the center of the room, Milo gently dropped the blue toy car, right beside a stack of folded blankets. At first, Liam didn't understand. He thought maybe Milo was hiding his toys. But then he heard something, a soft sound, like breathing, quiet, rapid, fragile. Liam leaned closer, and his eyes widened. Under the blanket, before Liam could react, Milo nudged him aside and gently placed his paw on the edge of the box, as if telling him to be careful. Liam stepped back, confused, and whispered, "Milo, what is it? What did you find?" But Milo didn't answer. He simply stared down at the box with a protective stillness Liam had never seen before. That was the exact moment Liam's parents called his name from the backyard. They sounded worried when they walked toward the shed and saw Liam standing beside a box. They rushed over. Milo stood tall, as though trying to explain something important. Liam's mom slowly opened the top of the cardboard box, peeling back the blankets. Her breath caught. She looked at her husband with wide eyes. Inside the box were 3 tiny kittens, so small they could fit in the palm of her hand. They were thin, shivering, and clearly hungry. But what shocked the family most wasn't that Milo had found abandoned kittens somewhere. It was the fact that Milo had been hiding them, watching over them, and had brought Liam here intentionally. For a moment, the family stood in speechless amazement. How long had these kittens been here? How did Milo find them? Why did he steal the toy to bring Liam here? They gently carried the box back to the house, with Milo walking right beside them every step of the way. When the family placed the kittens on a soft towel in the living room, Milo lay down beside them, keeping his head close, as if reassuring them they were safe. Liam watched him carefully. He whispered, "Mom, Milo knew. He wanted us to help them." And his mom nodded slowly. "I think you're right. He must have been taking care of them." Over the next hour, the puzzle pieces began to come together. Liam's dad checked the security camera footage from the backyard to understand when Milo started visiting the shed. What they found left all of them stunned. Milo had been sneaking out to the shed almost every night for a week, quietly slipping out the doggy door around midnight, returning just before sunrise. Sometimes he carried food scraps. Other times, he carried blankets from the laundry room. Once, he even carried his own dog toy, dropping it beside the kittens as if offering them comfort. The family's jaws dropped as they watched. Milo had been caring for the kittens like a guardian, and none of them had realized. It turned out that the kitten's mother was a stray who had been seen wandering around the neighborhood. She likely hid her babies in the shed and then never returned. Milo must have heard them crying or smelled them and instantly stepped in. The family called a local veterinarian who guided them on how to feed the kittens and keep them warm. Milo stayed close the entire time, monitoring every movement, refusing to leave their side, even when Liam brought him treats or toys. He seemed to understand that being near those kittens was more important. As the days passed, the kittens grew stronger. Their fur fluffed out, their eyes brightened, their tiny paws became steady. And through it all, Milo continued to act like their guardian. He nudged the bottle gently when Liam fed them. He barked softly whenever a kitten wandered too far. At night, he slept beside their box, refusing to leave until morning. The family found themselves gathered together more often, talking, laughing, and feeling connected in a way they hadn't in months. They said it felt like Milo brought something new into the house, not just kittens, but a sense of warmth they didn't know they had been missing. One evening, as they watched the kittens tumble around the living room, Liam's mom said, "This all started because Milo stole your toy car." Liam grinned. "He didn't steal it. He led me to them." His dad nodded. He knew exactly what he was doing. As the kittens grew older and healthier, the family made a decision. Instead of giving them away, they chose to adopt all three. It felt like they were meant to be part of the family from the start. After all, their introduction had come from Milo himself. The story spread through the neighborhood. Friends came to visit the famous kittens. Local groups shared the video, and soon, people from all over town knew the story of the brave Labrador who rescued 3 abandoned babies. The family's door filled with letters, small donations for pet food, and messages from neighbors who said the story brought tears to their eyes. But the biggest change happened inside the home. Liam became more patient and gentle, often helping his parents with the kittens. His parents found themselves spending more time together, taking evening walks with Milo and the kittens trailing behind. And Milo, well, Milo seemed proud, content, and always watching over the growing family like a wise guardian. Weeks later, the family decided to check the shed once more, just to see if there was anything left behind. When they opened the door and looked inside, they didn't see anything unusual. Just the old boxes, dusty shelves, and the faint sunlight streaking through cracks in the wood. But Liam smiled, held Milo's head gently, and whispered, "Thank you for bringing us here." Milo wagged his tail, leaned into Liam's arms, and gave a quiet, soft bark. It was as if he understood every word. That simple moment made the family realize something profound. Milo didn't just save 3 kittens. He changed their home, their routines, their hearts. He brought everyone closer and reminded them what kindness and instinct can spark, even in the most unexpected places. What started with a stolen toy car became a story they would tell for years. A story that began as a mystery, turned into a rescue, and ended with a family forever transformed. So if you're watching this right now, and you believe animals understand far more than we give them credit for, then you already know Milo wasn't just a dog that day. He was a hero, a guide, and the reason this family discovered something beautiful they didn't even know they were missing. Thank you for watching. And if this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. Your support helps us share more real stories that inspire, warm the heart, and remind us of the extraordinary moments hiding inside everyday life.